I work for the Guild of Sommeliers. I'm the director of programs for the Guild. I also am an adjunct professor at the French Culinary Institute in Campbell in California, and I do some consulting as well. When you earn the Master Sommelier pin, to me that signifies that you are not only someone who is very passionate and knowledgeable about wine in terms of theory and tasting, but you're also a very gracious host, and you understand that to be a sommelier you have to be humble. You have to really invest yourself in this sort of idea of service to another. I first became interested in wine when I was growing up after college in Omaha, Nebraska. And my family owned a very nice fine dining restaurant in Omaha's downtown Old Market called V. Mertz. And I had started working as a dishwasher, bartender, a lot of those things at V. Mertz as a way of putting myself through college, keeping busy in my early 20s. And I found that as I got more and more invested and involved in the restaurant, I became more interested in it. And at some point I realized that I was either going to have to learn how to cook, or I was going to have to learn something about the front of the house. And I chose the latter approach. And to learn something about the front of the house, you have to learn something about wine. And for me, it was this slow process. But I found the more I studied wine, the more I became interested in it, the more I drank it, the more exciting and passionate I became about it. So it was a long process for me, but one I'm very grateful to have started. My favorite thing about the industry certainly is taking care of guests. And I worked on the floor as a sommelier for a long time. Now I've kind of moved on past that. I do more education, writing, and things like that. But that same kind of service, I think, and approach to the guest kind of carries over for me, because now I'm very interested in passing on my knowledge to others. I really find pleasure and inspiration in taking part in education, spending time with young sommeliers, spending time with people who are just getting their foot in the door. My best advice to young students of wine is to get out there and drink. Spit, do whatever you need to do, but really, to immerse yourself in wine, you have to drink the wines. You're never going to learn anything about a wine or a wine region if it's just isolated on a paper or in a book in front of you. You have to get out there, you have to drink the wines, you have to visit the regions, and I think you can learn so much from doing that. My second piece of advice to students, hospitality programs, or wherever who are interested in a career in wine is that while education is key, and I firmly believe in education and certification, I think experience is really important too. So your learning, your ambitions can't just stop when you leave the school. You have to get out there, spend some time on restaurant floors, do a stagiaire shift at a great restaurant in New York or San Francisco or somewhere. Really get out there and give yourself the opportunities and the exposure to learn from people who've been doing this for a long time and who do it very well.